Welcome back to Cross Tactics. Hope you're doing fantastic. Here we are doing another video on a homemade bolt, and it's a long one, so it's obviously not going to fit in the magazine system, right? I mean, it's a piece of work. This is actually a small throwing knife. It's just a little throwing knife, and that's just the wood is just split. I literally just sawed a straight line down it and then tapered this off to sort of meet the metal a little. That's it. And that once again is just masking tape. That's all it is. 6mm wooden dowel rod. And on Facebook there's a lot of people who are saying it won't fly straight, etc. And I would tend to agree. It's not balanced. I mean, the tip is very heavy. The fletching is super light. The shaft is super light. It's wood. And obviously this won't run through the magazine system, so it'll have to be muzzle loaded, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Normal single shot crossbows, you cock it and then you put your bolt on and then you shoot. So this is very similar. If you're going to use long bolts with the system, you still can, provided that they are obviously longer than the magazine. If they're not longer than the magazine, then the tip would have to be able to fit in here. Like this tip can fit in here up to a degree, up to a point. Alright, well, maybe I can go a little bit more. If I grinded this down, that little bit there, a little bit, and shortened the bolt, it would be able to run through the magazine system. Actually, I would have to just take the tip for it to fit properly. Yeah. But you could still do that. These little throwing knives come in packs of 4, so you can make like 4 broadheads. It's like 50 Rand for a pack. I'm sure there's better ways to get broadhead bolts if you're going to consider making broadhead bolts. You saw in my previous video where I shot homemade wooden bolts with steel tips through the magazine system, and they function just fine. So for 80-pound limb, wooden shafts are not a problem. I mean, I don't even know what kind of wood this is, so I'm just going off of what I'm using, which is just the local hardware store's 6mm dowel rods. That's it. Okay, so without any further ado, let's see how this thing shoots. Oh yeah, I was talking about its flight path. At distances like this, it really wouldn't matter. And I'm never looking at shooting long range. I mean, I've shot on videos on my channel at up to 15 meters, but I never actually plan on shooting at those distances unless maybe I'm hunting. So you could still use like a longer hunting bolt if that's what you wanted to do, but I don't know how accurate it's going to be. I mean, this is short distance. This is like 5 meters in my room here. 5, maybe 6 meters. If I step back a bit, it'll be 6, but it's about 5 meters. So this is I've shot it before off camera, and it flies relatively straight, but I don't know how it would do over long distances. It's just a proof of concept, I suppose. I mean, if you had nothing else, you could still make your own crossbow bolt. Lots of people say, don't do it, it's not going to fly straight, it's going to explode on your crossbow wooden shaft, what are you doing? But it's just an 80-pound limb. Everyone who says that is thinking in terms of a 180-pound limb, what's the one that's on the adder? A 130-pound limb, which, by the way, is not that much more punch. You don't get that much more punch out of the adder with a 130-pound limb than you do with this. I mean, I've tested them comparatively next to each other. It's not that much of a difference. This is still just as lethal, and it's much faster than the adder. Anyway, I'm going to cock it up. Oh, let's make a big cock up out of it. Make a big cock up. I'm shooting lefty because it's the best lighting I can get in the house. is from this, and there's a table there, so I can't stand on that side. So with the previous video where I was shooting the homemade bolts was also shooting lefty. So let's cock her up and load this bad boy in and see what happens. So it's going to go to there, and now it's sitting on the lever. This lever that pushes the bolts down normally in the magazine system, which also acts as the retention clip, is stopping it from going any further. So I just lift it slightly, and then you can slide it down all the way back. And now it's as secure as it would be on any crossbow. Sticks out quite a bit. I mean, you can shorten it if you want, but I was interested to see with the length if it's going to kick the back up as soon as it comes out. But my theory is that because the magazine system almost creates a muzzle, you know, it almost creates like a muzzle for it, like a firearms barrel. So it's going to stop it at least to the point that the back of the bolt leaves the bolt exit, or leaves the flight rail, right? It'll stay straight. After that, it's whatever. Anyway, I think my phone vibrated there. You guys might have heard that on the thing because I'm using my phone to record. It's all I have. So anyway, here we go. I'm kind of nervous. I've shot it before, but I'm kind of nervous about it. Don't know why. Anyway, let me see if I can put it in place. It's not too perforated. I have to change this out. Put it more to the left because the least of the holes are. Okay, let's go. Pahooma! Yeah, didn't explode. Like I said, I've shot it before. Just still nervous, you know. Like it's the third time I'm shooting anything that's this long out of this system. So yeah, let's go have a look. So it turned a bit in the sky while it was flying. It's about the penetration we got. But keep in mind that this is just condensed rags that are in here, and it's condensed. So it's made to absorb this. If this was a human body, this would have probably stuck out the other side. And this isn't sharp either. Sorry, let me just bring it back here. This is not sharp. This tip. I mean, the tip is made to be sharp, just for penetration, but there's no edge on it. But anyway, I hope this gives you guys some ideas. Even if you don't have a magazine system, obviously you don't need a magazine system if you're going to be shooting one single bolt. But also to show you can still shoot it with the magazine system. Alright, you can still shoot it with the magazine system. All you do is cock it and then load it from the front, muzzle load it. And the reason, sorry, my nose is itchy. The reason I say that, I emphasize that, is because there are systems that have this. It has a hook in the front that stops the string from going. So if I wanted to cock it, it would stop there, and I wouldn't be able to do it, to cock it, until I put bolts in it. Then it will function. So mine doesn't work like that. So you can still cock it, and then muzzle load it and shoot a longer bolt. Even a bolt that isn't a bi-blade, right? Even a bolt that has got tri-blades, 3 blades on the tip. As long as the fletching can fit in there, and the shaft itself isn't too thick. So I mean, it's a simple test of taking it, seeing whether the tip's gonna peek out in the front, which it would have to if it's a tri-blade, and then checking if it's gonna go down the barrel. And if this is the only crossbow you have, and that's the only bolts you have, then make a couple of modifications to the bolt to make it fit. Simple as that. Alright, hope everyone enjoyed the video.